Hi YouTube friends, this is Elizabeth J with an S, and I am coming to you today with a project. You can see here I have a bunch of bullet journals that are the Scribwell brand, and I am going to be doing a bullet journal club at school. So if you've been watching my videos, you will know that I am a teacher and I live outside of the United States. And I have recently really gotten into bullet journaling and got some of my students into bullet journaling, and they've kind of just spread the word. So these are the bullet journals that I will be using for my students in January 2020 as we start the club. So I just wanted to kind of share what I am doing in this process. So I purchased because I live outside of the United States, I needed to purchase the items on Amazon. So what I purchased was these journals. I purchased some Pilot Fineliner pens in bulk. And I purchased the Tombow correction tape, which looks like this. So each student has paid for one bullet journal, and as you can see, they chose the colors that they wanted. They purchased one bullet journal, one correction tape, and one Pilot Fineliner pen. I have used the Scribwell journal in the past, and the Pilot Fineliner pen works really well with the paper. Okay, what is leaking on my fingers? Okay, that's not good. Okay, well, crisis averted despite the mess on my fingers, and I'm not sure which is the culprit. It's one out of two pens. Either it's the Pilot Fineliner, which has never happened before, or it's a black Inkjoy gel pen, which also has never happened before, but I'm keeping an eye on them just to see what's happening. Anyway, so crisis averted. So back to what I was saying. Since I live outside of the United States, I have to purchase things on Amazon through a third-party shipping company, which I've done many, many times. So I have to pay customs and the shipping and extra tax, but it's quite reasonable. And so what I did was I had the students select their bullet journals before we had Christmas holiday break, and I told them how much they would have to pay for the pen, the correction tape, and the bullet journal, and they paid that to the school. And then I'll just get the big chunk of money from the school and reimburse my credit card, which I used to purchase the bullet journals. And so they came early. I'm quite pleased that they arrived so early. That gives me time to actually do some preparation. So basically what we have here, and let me zoom in on the, sorry about that. The information is, this is called a Scribwell journal. That's the company, and they're made in China, which, I mean, okay, you may like that, you may not, but these are very reasonable and the quality is good. I've used them before. It's an A5 bullet journal with 208 dotted pages, and I'll show you those in a minute. There is an expandable folder which expands quite nicely. There's 2 page markers that match the color of the cover, and the paper is 120 GSM, and there's an elastic band on that. So what I want to do now is to show you the journal and yeah, go from there. So let me put all of these to the side. What I did in the process of purchasing the journals was I purchased one for myself. And so this is the one that I purchased in gray. I just liked the color. And you can see there's the elastic band. Here are the page markers that are matching. The cover. Here is the expandable folder. Is that what it's called? The cover feels really smooth. It's not leather, obviously, but it feels really nice and smooth. It feels like faux leather or whatever you want to call it. The pages themselves are not numbered, but there are 208 of them. So there's no index, there's no key page. I personally have no use for those. So if you need one, then you make it yourself, in my opinion. There's no pen test page, but I've already done the pen test that I'll be using, so I know that it works very nicely. So let me do a close-up. I'm not sure if the lighting is going to allow, but let's just see. Yeah, there we go. So you can see that the page, let me open the curtains, see if that helps. Yeah. So you can see that the page is a bit, not pure white, it's kind of a yellowish tint. Not as yellowish as the scribbles that matter, the old version, but just slightly. And the dots are the gray dots that are half a centimeter width apart. So that is the actual bullet journal. Sorry about the lighting. I tried to get it in the right spot, but anyway. So so this is the bullet journal that the students will have purchased, that we will start doing in January. The idea that I'm going to, my idea is that I am going to prep spreads that I think the students may find useful in this book. So this will be like the ultimate spread book, or I don't know, I guess. I don't know what I'm going to call it, but just to give them some ideas. I mean, there's plenty of ideas on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook and all of that, but I think if they have something actually in front of them, it will be easier for them to kind of decide what they want to do. And this is going to be specifically for students. So things like study trackers and scheduling and different types of layouts. I'll probably do like the Alistair method. I'll probably do the bullet journal method. I'll probably do some Dutch doors. So I want to give them a range of possibilities so they can develop their own style and see what works for them. So that is the exciting thing that I'll be doing in January, at least at school. There's lots more bullet journal stuff to come, and if you are interested in following my process with my students and myself, please subscribe to my channel. That way you can have my videos come up on your feed when I post them. And what I'll do in the next video is I will show you my different spreads that I've come up with. So I'll be working on it over the next maybe 2 weeks, and then post a video of the spreads, and maybe you'll get some ideas for yourself, or maybe you'll have some ideas to, if you're a teacher, to do a bullet journal club, or maybe a homeschooler to do a bullet journal club with students. For me, bullet journaling is a way to be a little creative. I feel like I am not the most creative person in the world, despite having sisters who are really, really creative. So I feel like I'm the logical one. I'm a science teacher. So I felt for a long time that I wasn't like the most creative person. But getting into planning and bullet journaling has made me see that, hey, guess what? I am a little bit creative within my own default setting, I guess, if you want to put it that way. So anyway, these are the items the students will receive first week in Jan, and then we'll get started. I'll post some videos as we go through the process. So if you have some ideas, or if you've done a bullet journaling club at school, please comment below. I would love to hear your ideas. Have a great day.